Okay.
I'm Oliver, and this is my report on my arts leadership project.
What happened on your project?
Well, for my project, we were tasked to either show like a presentation of our film or to run a workshop based around the skills that we learned at the BFI Film Academy. For my workshop, I decided to do a quick kind of like filming exercise, just to like show all the different kind of like technical skills and technical kind of like the presentation skills and how to actually set up shots and stuff like that. So I decided to go with my motion graphics class because a week before we'd been given the task to produce our own television openings based on any television show that we wanted to. So I thought that'd be a good idea to show, kind of like build like the confidence up in filmmaking with the group. So I thought this workshop would be a good idea.
And what activities did you run to share your skills?
Well, in the beginning of the workshop, I showed a quick little 10-minute presentation that showed different technical skills that that you need to kind of understand to get to make a simple film. So, for instance, I showed examples of framing, rule of thirds, lighting, and what was that? And yeah, so just this simple kind of like different technical skills that you need to know. And I each showed like different examples. So, for instance, for framing, I would show a little clip from a film that shows framing really well, and so that you can get like a good idea of how it should look.
And did you give them an practical activity to do?
Yep. So after the presentation, I split the group up into groups of 4, 3. There was about 20 people in the class, so I broke them up into groups of 4, and they went off to shoot their own little 10 to 15 second film. I decided to go with in-camera editing, so it'll be really quickly to do. You could get up on the computer really easily and just play them back one by one. So there's no kind of like so it's not too complicated to like edit every single bit, and it's also good for time because you don't want to be like taking a shot and thinking, oh, that isn't good, let's redo it, and that's just the cycle that goes over and over again. So with in-camera editing, it's really easy to you have to think about what you're doing, so it's like just easier to do.
Yeah. And in-camera editing, what skills does that encourage them to develop? It helps them to sort of think about the story, doesn't it?
Yeah, it helps them to think about the point of the shot, because when you're shooting a film just willy-nilly, you can try lots of different things, and things that will work and things that won't work. But with in-camera editing, you have to be kind of like dedicated to that shot or the actual story, because with in-camera editing you can delete stuff, but it's not really the point of it. The idea is to just boom 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 to get it down. So yeah.
And that encourages them to work together as well.
Yeah.
As a team. How did you fulfil your role in organising the project? What was your role?
My role for organising the project was basically everything. I was the project manager, the technician, the supervisor, basically everything that goes to the workshop. I was the person there. And what went into planning was about a week before I had a meeting with my teacher, Mr. Jenkins. He's the graphic design, motion graphics teacher, and I had a talk with him just explaining like the Arts Award and why I wanted to do this and why it would be benefactory to the students there, and he agreed with me and he thought it was a really good idea. So we went directly from the meeting to the technician who was in the room next door, and we talked to him about what cameras we should use, and I was like, oh, we should use flip cameras, and he was like, oh, that's a really good idea, because they're easy to use, easy to charge, easy to play back. And he said, when do you want them? And I told him I want them a week from now. So that's really good, because usually teachers come in and they ask for equipment like, I want this now, I want this now. So I gave him time to get everything prepared, so on the day I can just go in there, pick up the equipment and get out as quickly as possible.
And did you have to plan the content of the session as well? What did you prepare for that?
For the content of the session, I prepared a PowerPoint presentation and a quick kind of presentation how to use the cameras. And if students didn't want me to, if they didn't understand stuff, they could ask questions. They could come up to me and ask questions about, oh, what does this mean, or how do I do this, or how does the camera turn on, how to take video, and I could just show them really quickly and easily because the flip cameras are really simple to use.
And what did you enjoy most about doing the project?
The part of the project I enjoyed most was probably actually doing the presentation and getting people kind of involved in it and people becoming more kind of interested in it as the presentation went on. And also when the practical exercise was on, I went around and asked people, how's it going, do you need help? And I found that was really good too.
What did you find most difficult?
At some points I found it kind of difficult to get their attention. At the beginning they weren't really into it, kind of talking and on their phones and stuff, and I kind of felt how the teachers really felt, how the teachers felt. So yeah, I think that was the most kind of challenging bit, getting their attention. Was
your event appropriate for the audience?
Yes, it was appropriate for the audience because, as I said, the motion graphics class we were doing television openings, and I thought this would be really good for the people to do. But in the technical side of it, if I made it really kind of simple and easy to understand and quick. So if anyone did have any questions, they could come up to me and ask. So.
And yeah, because you said some were a bit more experienced than others.
Some were more experienced than others. Some had experience in photography that would help with this, and others didn't. So I had to kind of give them more support, kind of. Yeah.
And it sounds like you picked simple equipment for them to use, so they could all give it a go. That's good. How did you demonstrate planning skills?
With planning skills, like I said, I got everything done in advance. I had meetings with my teachers, and I made sure that every single eventuality that could happen were kind of thought about. So, for instance, if there was a fire, if there was an accident, they were all kind of jotted down and made sure that the appropriate action would be taken if something like that would happen. Also backup plans, so for instance if no one showed up, or if a really small group showed up, then we would just show my film and get questions back from them, so yeah.
And how did you use communication skills?
Communication skills, during the presentation I was making eye contact, I was using good body language, I was using gestures. I wasn't standing there, talking down or looking one place. I was kind of actively moving around, trying to explain things and getting people's attention and stuff like that.
And you also had to communicate with your teacher as well.
Yeah, my teacher was really good and supportive with that. How if I need anything or if I had any questions, I'd go to him and he would answer me straight away. He would sort everything out, so that was really good.
Cool. And that sort of ties in with working with others as well. So you were working with, who were you working with on the project?
On the project, I was working with my teacher and the technician. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it was just me doing the workshop, but they helped me out. They really helped me out, so that was really good.
Yeah. And you've already talked a little bit about working with the students and supporting them as well. How did you demonstrate problem-solving skills?
With problem-solving skills, if the students, they weren't really interested, or if they started on their phone and stuff, I would kind of get their attention. Say, can you please listen? Or a good example is, like I said, instead of just showing kind of pictures of the examples, framings, I would actually get a little clip up, so that could get attention a bit easier. So, yeah.
And how did you demonstrate leadership skills?
About the same really. With leadership skills, I made sure everything was running smoothly. I went around the classroom in the area where everyone was filming and asked them if they were needing help and taking charge of things.
So yeah, you were leading the group, sharing your skills. Cool. What have you learnt about running your own arts activity?
No, I've learned that it's not as easy as I thought it was going to be, because I thought, I'd get there, be over and done with, well, not over and done with, but it would run pretty smoothly. But as it turned out, that people, they didn't really want to know in the beginning. But I think that was the most kind of challenging bit, like getting people to actually get up and do the activity.
And you said you realise you need to have good planning.
Yeah, so I have to plan things a little bit better. Yeah.
What would you do differently next time?
Next time I would, instead of just saying go out and do your own thing, I'd probably give it more like a structure, like give it more like give them like a script to go by, or give them a kind of like a word or like a catchphrase to go by. Like for instance, with the script, you could give like the same script to everyone and see how each group interprets it differently. So I think that'd be a cool way to do things.
And how do you think that would help them?
That would help. Yeah, that would help the structure a lot more. So things would run a lot more smoothly, and hopefully everyone will get it done in the same kind of like time period, because they're running off the same script. And yeah, I think that'd be better.
Give them a bit more focus.
Yeah.